Good morning, everyone. This is the English channel sound check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sound check in English. Good morning. Shall I keep talking? 1, 2, 3. Shall I keep talking? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everyone. This is the sound check of the 9th International Pharmaceutical Conference in Managua. No, is it not? I can't see this. I need my glasses. It's a Congress. I did say Congress. Well, okay, Congress. Yeah. International Pharmaceutical Congress. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sound check in English. Good morning, everyone. This is the English channel sound check. 3, 3, 2, 1. Sound check in English. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everyone. This is the English. I haven't got my glasses. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sound check in English. I just like repeating the same words so I don't have to think so much. 1, 2, 3. Sound check in English. Sound check in English. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sound check in English. Is that okay? So, shall I stop? 1, 2, 3. Shall I stop? Stop. 1, 2, 3. Sound check in English. Okay. Uno, dos, tres. Prueba de sonido en español. ¿Me están escuchando? Buenos días. ¿Todo bien?
Good morning to all. In the framework of the cooperation between Russia and Nicaragua, we are holding the ninth International Pharmaceutical Congress, Russia-Nicaragua 2025, con the lema, with the motto, strengthening of technology and technological strategies. The main objective is to establish exchange and technologies between scientists and at this International Congress, uh, we ask you to please stand for the national anthem of Nicaragua and the Russian Federation. Please be seated. This event is presided by Laureano Ortega, Special Representative of the President of the Republic of Nicaragua. Again, Mr. Laureano Ortega. Dr. Ofelia Maria Villalobos Bravo, Minister of Health in Nicaragua. Mikhail Lekimov, Extraordinary Ambassador and Plenipotentiary of the Russian Federation in the Republic of Nicaragua. Natalia Estachenko, Adjunct Chief of the Biological Medical Federation of Russia. Dr. Daria Krusko, Director of Traditional Medicine and Innovative Pharmaceuticals at the Biological Institute in Russia. We thank the participation of all our special guests who honor us today with their presence. Ileana Fonseca Lerente, Ambassador of the Republic of Cuba in Nicaragua. Chen Si, Ambassador of the Popular Republic of China, the People's Republic of China, rather. Manuel Herrera, representative of the ambassador of the United States of Mexico. Hugo Javier Medino Lasso, ambassador of the Republic of El Salvador in Nicaragua. Jorge Antonio Yanes Fernandez, ambassador of Republic of Honduras in Nicaragua. And Maria Gabekea, the new president of the Autonomous University of Nicaragua, UNAN. Also, Dr. Roberto Lopez, executive president of the Nicaraguan Social Security Institute, is at the presidium. We then give the floor at this opening ceremony. We give the floor to Natalia Estachenko from the Russian Medical Agency. We will now show you a welcoming video by Dr. Veronika Skirotsova, head of the Russian Federal Medical
Today we are opening the
Biological
ninth International
Agency.
Pharmaceutical Congress in Managua. The organizer of this Congress is traditionally organized by the joint Russian-Nicaraguan venture Mechnikov Latin American Institute of Biotechnology, created in fulfillment of the agreements of the presidents of our countries, Vladimir Putin and Daniel Ortega. Over the years, our cooperation has developed and our friendship has grown stronger. Each Congress was a step forward, and today we see how far we have come, and at the same time how much is still to be done. The joint venture Mechnikov Institute is a wonderful example of Russian-Nicaraguan cooperation, which over the past 5 years has become the largest pharmaceutical hub in Central America. The success of this model attracted the attention of many foreign partners from Latin America, Asia, and Africa, who are closely studying the experience of the Mechnikov Institute and planning to create similar joint pharmaceutical enterprises in their countries. Our vaccine saves thousands of lives and preserves health of millions of people. The employees of the Institute are constantly learning and advancing their professional skills. The Mechnikov Institute has received international recognition, which has peaked this year when the flu vaccine produced by the Institute has successfully passed the pre-qualification of the World Health Organization. Currently, the new opportunities are opening up for the distribution of vital medications. The experience of the coronavirus pandemic has revealed how unreliable the mechanisms of global protection are and has taught us to rely exclusively upon our own assets. At the same time, it was another convincing demonstration that only vaccines can defeat a calamity of such magnitude. Biotechnology development for people's benefit is the task of the entire progressive humanity, and this Congress is contributing towards its solution both in Nicaragua and in the entire Latin America. On behalf of the entire team of the Federal Medical and Biological Agency of the Russian Federation, I wish the participants of the Congress productive work and extension of our cooperation. May scientists from Russia and Nicaragua work together to develop health science for the benefit of our sister countries. And we shall overcome. Venceremos.
Escucharemos palabras de
We will
bienvenida
now
del
hear
gobierno.
welcome word from the government of Nicaragua on the part of Laureano Ortega, representative of the President of Nicaragua. Good morning, dear friends and colleagues. Natalia Stachenko, Adjunct Chief of the Federal Medical Biological Agency. There is a technical difficulty with the interpretation equipment. We'll be with you in just a moment. Friends all, before continuing, we would like to send you fraternal greetings from our co-presidents, Daniel Ortega and Rosario Murillo, to this important Congress. Warm greetings from our co-presidents to the President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, and also to Dr. Veronika Skivortsova, head of the Federal Medical Biological Agency of Russia. All working in cooperation between Russia and Nicaragua. We are here to celebrate the opening of the 9th International Pharmaceutical Congress, and this is once again proof of the solidarity and the humanitarian characteristics of the cooperation between Russia and Nicaragua, as well as all other peoples of the world. We would like to thank the organization of this event to the Federal Medical Biological Agency, the Ministry of Health of Nicaragua, the St. Petersburg Scientific Research Institute of Vaccines and Serums, and all of those who accompany us, especially the international delegations that participate in the different institutes, companies of the People's Republic of China, India, Cuba. We've had very active cooperation. For example, regulatory issues from Cuba, the CEMED. So there will be 2 days of intense exchanges in the area of pharmaceuticals, medicines, and so on. Basically, efforts to preserve lives of the Nicaraguan people and of people in the region as we exchange knowledge and information between the Caribbean peoples, the Latin American peoples, and the Russian Federation, as well as China and India. This is an effort that has been underway since the year 2009, and one of the pillars of our cooperation has been one of the main pillars of this government has been health, and that is how we in Nicaragua have gone on to establish the Latin American Institute of Biotechnology, Menshnikov, and all the vaccines now that are used in our in our vaccination campaigns, our vaccines made in Nicaragua. We're very, very proud of that. And the Meshnikov Institute continues to expand its productive capacity from Nicaragua as a regional platform. So the Russian cooperation then helps to distribute these vaccines to all countries in the Central American and Caribbean region, and work continues in vaccines against dengue and other medicines and pharmaceuticals that will contribute to the struggle against diseases. Another project that we have been developing intensely with the Federal Medical Biological Agency of Russia on health issues, and we are concentrating our efforts on, is the building in Nicaragua of nuclear medicine with the cooperation of Rosatom. We are working with the Ministry of Health, Rosatom, the Nicaraguan Social Security Institute, and so on the development of this project that we hope to begin its construction this year. So we in Nicaragua will have then a care center for Nicaraguans, but also for all our brothers and sisters in all of Central America for the diagnostic and treatment of oncological diseases. So our cooperation with the Russian Federation in the health area of health is advancing firmly, and we reiterate to our Russian brothers and sisters that Nicaragua should be considered a platform for all of Central America. So Russian companies come to Nicaragua, set up a shop here, and continue to cooperate on the issue of health. And so this cooperation can continue with the rest of our brother and sister countries. Like that, we've strengthened cooperation or position as brotherly countries who are also strategic partners. We would like to thank the Russian Federation furthermore for its tremendous support in the struggle during the COVID-19 pandemic campaign. We received the first batches of Sputnik vaccines, then came Sputnik Light, and now we have continued to supply these different types of vaccines so that we continue protected against this disease in such a way that our people can feel certain that in this fraternal cooperation with the Russian Federation, we continue to be alert vis-a-vis these pandemics and well protected with the help of our Russian brothers and sisters. So, dear friends and colleagues, we wish you success for this 9th International Pharmaceutical Congress, that we continue to exchange information and exchange knowledge and build cooperation projects that we have been developing for the well-being of our people. Thank you very much.
A continuación, tenemos la intervención de Natalia.
We will now hear from the adjunct, from Natalia Stachenko, adjunct head of the AFMB in Russia.
Dear Mr. Laureano Ortega, dear Michael Nikolaevich, dear guests and participants of the 9th Pharmaceutical Congress, Russia-Nicaragua. I'm glad to see and welcome all of you at our annual joint event, which unites scientists, representatives of pharmaceutical industry, and healthcare professionals. This Congress is held to develop and promote cooperation not just between the Russian Federation and the Republic of Nicaragua, but with other friendly nations as well. This International Pharmaceutical Congress, which is already the 9th, is a testimony of our sincere, deep, and mutual desire to develop partnerships aimed at improving the quality and standard of living of the population of Russia Nicaragua, and all other participating countries. The Congress is a unique platform for sharing experience and opinions between experts, scientists, professionals specializing in the field of development of modern immunobiological drugs, their production technologies transfer, clinical trials, and other important topics. Taking into account the high level of participants, I am sure that these 2 days will be productive for all of you. On behalf of the Federal Medical and Biological Agency, I would like to thank the Nicaraguan side for the warm welcome and support in organizing this event. We do appreciate the current high level of cooperation and relationship, thanks to which our common project, the Latin American Mechnikov Institute of Biotechnology, is expanding and growing stronger. As of today, its portfolio already includes 2 vaccines that have received international recognition by the World Health Organization, having pre-qualification status. This is our shared victory. I Let me wish everyone successful work at the Congress, and I am absolutely sure that all the experience that we will share during this event will help to implement large-scale and much-needed projects for the benefit and health of the peoples of Russia and Nicaragua even more and more efficiently.
Escucharemos palabras de la
We will now hear from Dr. Ofelia Villalobos, Minister of Health from Nicaragua. Good morning, distinguished guests who accompany us today, brothers and sisters from Russia, the academic community, health professionals, colleagues and friends, all. The Ministry of Health of Nicaragua and the Nicaraguan Institute of Social Security, as well as the Menshnikov Latin American Institute of Biological.
Planta farmacéutica en Nicaragua, certificada y con los más altos estándares de calidad.
The good practices and recognized by global organizations as well as the WHO, all with a humanist and solidarity for all our peoples. We have a biotechnological plant that is unique in the United States, in Nicaragua, and that puts us in a situation of innovation with local capacities to produce biotechnology, safe, effective, and accessible medicines, both for Nicaraguans as well as for people throughout the region. It is the transfer of technology and the development of pharmaceuticals and certified
Altos estándares. Sobre esa base, la promoción y la prevención de la salud, como la medida
the most efficient measure against viral and epidemic diseases based on our family and community health model that we develop in Nicaragua. This process has allowed us to strengthen our regulations by training staff, strengthening capacities, and meeting international standards, among other matters. Today, we can say that we have a solid regulatory health system that ensures the efficacy of the biotechnological and pharmaceutical products in our country. To reach this point has been possible due to the close cooperation of CEMED in Cuba, which has cooperated with our regulatory agency here in Nicaragua as regards good practices in the manufacturing and functioning of pharmaceutical laboratories. We received the new Sinopharm vaccine that Mexico has made available to the countries in the region, and it has been registered in several countries in the region, among them Nicaragua. And in these years, Menshnikov has developed and worked in coordination with, as well as satisfactory tests, as we seek new opportunities for immunobiological development to improve the quality of life and improve the health of the Latin American population. To have Menshnikov in our country has been possible due to the political will of the leaders of both states, Russia and Nicaragua, and the scientific technical support and technological transfer in the St. Petersburg um, Scientific Research Institute of Vaccines and Serums, as well as the Federal Medical Biological Agency. Today, we have vaccines being made for Nicaraguan families as well as Caribbean and Latin American countries. This month of May, among so many commemorations and revolutionary and evolutionary celebrations here in Nicaragua, we are very pleased to have here with us in Managua the 9th International Pharmaceutical Congress to continue to share and continue forward together. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now we will listen to the words of in the Republic of Nicaragua. ¿Y por qué no nos dieron?
Estimada compañera,
Dear Minister of Health, the first time I have been to this Congress, but I am certain that this will be a very, very fruitful experience. Dear Natalia Stajikova, and a representative of the Federal Medical Biological Agency, the St. Petersburg Scientific Research Institute, Vaccines and Serums, and or friends from the Latin American Institute of Biotechnology, Menshnikov, as well as all of the ambassadors of Honduras, El Salvador, and all others who are participating at this very important event in this short but very important and fruitful cooperation of the past few years between the different ministries and institutes in Nicaragua and the Menshnikov Institute. And at this point, there are some solid results, rather robust, to be shown. So I'm very pleased to greet you all this morning and give you then, I would like to highlight that medicine and pharmaceuticals are fundamental to all peoples, and we have now had diplomatic relations for 80 years, and matters of health and social justice have always been the fundament and the basis of the Nicaraguan Revolution, as well as that in Russia. And I'm very, very pleased to see that these goals are now being achieved very successfully. The Menshnikov Institute has been the 6th International Intergovernmental Agreement
científica técnica que se celebró en Moscú el 11 de diciembre de 2024. Pronto habrán otros encuentros entre los
and the co-presidents of this mixed commission. Since 2016, when the Institute began work, we have had many successes working together, and will continue moving forward to a improved future. And Menshnikov is really, really unique in the sense that it's very open to innovation. And Russia is open to sharing its technologies and methodologies and experience with our friends from different countries. We like to transfer our technologies and give great importance to also the presence of Nicaraguan, the education and of Nicaraguan experts. So they come and study in Russia and then come back here to put their services at the beck and call of the Nicaraguan people. The people that work at the institute, almost everyone there is Nicaraguan, and we are certain that the valuable work that we are carrying out together, we can trust in our Nicaraguan colleagues because they are our friends and they have worked very, very well. I am certain that this Congress will be fruitful and will be a success and will be another step forward in the work that we do together. So once again, I wish you success at the 9th International Pharmaceutical Congress.
We will now continue with our opening ceremony with Daria Criucho. And we will listen to Dr. Roberto Lopez, the executive president of the Nicaraguan Social Security System. Esteemed colleagues, esteemed invitees of Cuba, Russia, El Salvador, China, India, Mexico, Honduras, esteemed participants present in this hall as well as virtually. This is the opening of the Congress, and the first Congress was an act of cooperation between Russia and Nicaragua through the Mechnikov Institute. I would like to remind you, all of you, that this Mechnikov Institute is part of the important government strategy of the government of Daniel Ortega and Rosario Murillo in order to strengthen the health of Nicaraguan families that had been affected by terrible years of neoliberal governments. We have to remember that the governments between 1990 and 2006 had put themselves 6 goals that acted against the health of the people. 1, strengthening private medical services. Second, destroying the social security system and closing down health centers that serve the poor. Suspension of the degrees of medical graduates that had been formed in Cuba and the socialist countries during the revolutionary years in the 80s. They wanted to strengthen the specialist medical staff and reduce the general staff. Also, the privatization of drugs on the market was one of their goals for the sake of profit. Our commander, Daniel Ortega and Rosario Murillo, have worked from the first moment to revert all these actions and to guarantee the health for all Nicaraguans. I only want to mention some of the things that we have been able to achieve. The health ministry is free of charge now. The family and community health model was created. Mobile brigades of medical staff visit all hospitals in the country in order to offer specialized and high quality services. Doctors of the ministry visit even remote places to attend people. Dozens of primary and specialist hospitals have been built, and other specialist centers such as the Oncological Center Neora Astorga, where we already have high quality, state-of-the-art technology to attend patients with cancer. the privatization of Social Security medical services was eliminated. Paramedics have been strengthened, and specialist doctors are now educated in our own national universities, including new areas such as oncology, nephrology, infectology, nuclear medicine, radiotherapy, and many other areas of importance. Now, in conclusion, we have a system, a health system that is stronger, more efficient, more articulate, and much more able to solve the health problems of the Nicaraguan people. The Mechnikov Institute also has had, and our cooperation with this institute has had many advances and made big progress. We have strengthened the registration of drugs that are stemming from India and China and Russia that in the past were forbidden in Nicaragua. The price of drugs has lowered, and now the health ministry and the national social security system are able to buy many more drugs and much more medication for their users. The national security system is more involved in buying drugs, and in Nicaragua today, the prices of drugs are the lowest of all of Central America. The pharmaceutical industry in our nation has been reactivated and is now able to produce 10% of the national consumption, and in the past there was almost no production at the national level. A few days ago, the World Health Assembly approved a new regulation for the response to pandemics. And one of their elements is the strengthening of local vaccine production against pandemics. This is in a very extraordinary vision. Our commander, Daniel Ortega, already thought 16 years ago that we should forge an alliance with Russia, China, and Cuba in order to be able to construct a vaccine production plant in Nicaragua in order to ensure from then on vaccines against influenza, not only for the population of Nicaragua, but for all of Central America. This Mechnikov Institute has been a great success and has been able to supply Nicaragua with over 10 million doses of influenza doses for a price that is 5 times lower than the previous price. Through Mechnikov and with the cooperation of the St. Petersburg Institute and the FMBA in Russia, we have now access to the vaccine against yellow fever, against human papilloma that produces cervical cancer and is produced in China. And we have access to vaccines against COVID, as our colleague Laureano Ortega already mentioned. This is the important role that Mechnikov is playing. It is part of the government strategy of the commander Daniel Ortega and our comrade Rosario Murillo in order to offer access to Nicaraguans to effective and safe as well as affordable vaccines, because these vaccines will guarantee the health of all of the population. 50 million doses yearly are being produced in Mechnikov Institute and the local plant, and is thus able to provide the entire population of Central American and the Caribbean areas in the case of a pandemic. In Nicaragua, the Convacel vaccine is going to be produced in the future as well. This would also allow for us to give a quick response to any new coronavirus pandemic wave in Nicaragua and the region. So Nicaragua is already putting into practice what the World Health Assembly has recently decided. And this is possible through the cooperation and friendship between Russia and China, as well as Russia and all of the area of Central America. And this Congress is also a high priority because we can all analyze the advances of the new vaccines against dengue and chikungunya that are being developed in the institute. We will be able to see the mechanisms for technological transfer and also the training of human resources, as the ambassador Ledenev just mentioned. This training of human resources that the Mechnikov Institute, as well as the St. Petersburg Institute, and the federal agency in Russia are promoting in Nicaragua, has made it possible for the majority of the workers and employees in the local plant are Nicaraguans that have been trained in Russia as well as in Nicaragua. I would like to thank Dr. Skvortsova for her words and also Dr. Stachenko for her words and for all of the attention that you have given us in order to make Mechnikov a local reality. I would also like to thank you for your commitment for the friendship bonds between Russia and Nicaragua that shall be stronger ever in the future. Thank you very much. In order to conclude this inaugural ceremony, we will now hear the words of Daria Kryuchko, the Director for Transitional Medicine, Innovations and Human Resources Policies of the Federal Medical Biological Agency in Russia.
Dear colleagues, dear Presidium, dear participants and guests of the International Pharmaceutical Congress of Russia and Nicaragua, let me welcome you at the opening ceremony of this important forum, the event for the development of pharmaceutical industry of our countries. During these 2 days, you will be able to ask questions to the top experts in pharmaceuticals and development of medications and clinical and preclinical studies, those who are safeguarding our health. Their competence and professionalism is confirmed by the achievements which has been mentioned here already several times and will be mentioned numerous times during these 2 days. First of all, this obtaining of pre-qualification status from the World Health Organization, which has been mentioned several times, and I would like to emphasize that it not just emphasized the high quality of the vaccine and manifest the professionalism of the creators of this vaccine, but also greatly enlarges the geography of supply of these products, therefore providing more and more people in the countries of Latin America with safe and efficient vaccine. We conduct active clinical studies. For example, clinical study of Convacel vaccine in the territory of Nicaragua. I would like to commend the highest level of this research and the fact that the vaccine has demonstrated top levels of efficiency and efficacy and safety. We all know about the AEs and complications produced by other manufacturers, AstraZeneca, Moderna, and Pfizer. The safety of Convacel has not been just confirmed with the clinical studies for thousands of people, but also the clinical usage of this vaccine for the millions of citizens of the Russian Federation, which demonstrate the unique levels of safety and for such type of vaccines. Mechnikov Institute is not just the manufacturing site for the manufacturing of these type of products. It actively interacts with the companies from India, China, the Republic of Cuba, to provide Nicaragua and other countries of the region such vaccines as human papilloma vaccine, insulin, and others. I believe that they will be mentioned also during this Congress. I would like once again to re-emphasize the ever-increasing scale of Mechnikov Institute projects their importance for the population of the Republic of Nicaragua and its importance in the promotion of cooperation between the Russian Federation and the Republic of Nicaragua. I would like to thank the leadership of St. Petersburg Institute for Vaccine and Serums, Institute of Social Security of the Republic of Nicaragua, and wish you all professional and general success in your endeavors. Thank you.
A continuación se hará entrega de diplomas por participación en este Congreso.
Now we will hand out a recognition for this event. We want to thank all the members of the Presidium table, and we would like to welcome you to the official photo shoot for the event. Then we will have a coffee break, and then we will begin with the first session about the biotechnological national capacity. Thank you very much. This is the English channel. Testing one, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the English channel. Can you hear me? And I can hear me too. So there's something that we need to do about it. Yes, we're still trying to sort out the problem. So we just changed the console, and it's not the console. So it's something about the setup. There's a loop in the system that is bringing back our own feed, audio feed.
Sound check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sound check, sound check.
Testing the English channel, testing English channel. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing English channel. Now, here. Yes, you can still hear me. So it's not the headset. It's not the headset, it's not the console, it's gotta be the setup. Yep.
Looking at the bright side.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. 18. Крокодил.
Ну я уже переключила на английский назад. Да, вот сейчас все, да, да, да.
Español, 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 ¿me escuchas ahí? ¿Me escuchas ahí? ¿Me escucho yo? Sí. ¿Me escucho yo? ¿Me escucho yo? Sí. ¿Me escucho yo? Me estoy escuchando yo, 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 me escucho, me escucho, me escucho, me escucho, me escucho, me escucho yo, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, me escucho yo, ese es español, pero yo me escucho. Ahora probamos el inglés rapidito, el inglés solo para probar si está funcionando el inglés. Ah, no, 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 quédate en español, quédate en español, quédate en español. Ahora me escuchas, me escuchas, me escuchas, me escuchas, me escuchas ahí. Vamos allá, mira.
1, 2, sí, sí, sí. Me estoy escuchando yo mismo, sí. Me estoy escuchando, sí. Ok, sí, sí. 1, 2, 3. Pero si quieres voy a hablar allá al micrófono.
Dale. Dale. Sí, sí, sí. Te escucho, pero yo me escucho. Sí. Dale. Ta, ta. Hola, hola, hola. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10. 10, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. Ahí está el pego.